いな羅刹な抱きにきな毒薬の際は我が名を呼びたまえここだ三眼五剣仙人将召喚に応じ参上
You got J3 here. My thoughts on Xiao is that he's high risk, high reward, has pretty good damage. Here's the artifacts that I was using on him. He's currently level 80. Keep him there for now. Level 90 Deathmatch. This is from the Battle Pass. Currently running 2-piece Gladiator, 2-piece Iridescent for the Nemo damage and attack. Attack Sands. Pretty good on him. Nemo bonus for his ult and his E, which is going to be a chunk of his damage. And crit damage or crit rate depending on which one you need. His talents are at level 7, 5, and 7 for his ult. And this is currently his stats overall. If you can get a little bit more energy recharge, it will help getting his ult back up. Usually I have to use like an Nemo battery, such as Sucrose, Gene, or Venti to get the resonance, animal resonance. One of the things that annoys me is that you need to have a good watch on its health. So you need someone that could heal pretty well, like Bennett. Chi-Chi is someone that lets me go very aggro on him. Let me bring Chi-Chi to a fight. The stats I would prioritize on him would definitely be crit chance, crit damage, attack percent, and then energy recharge on the sub stats. You can definitely run energy recharge for his sands, but the thing is I would totally prefer going attack percent and just trying to kill them at ASAP during his ultimate form. When he's not in his ult state, then he doesn't do that much damage, in my opinion. I think he really shines when he has his ult, so you would want to try to have that up almost at all times. Here, I'll show you how much he really needs a second healer, or a healer. So I'm going to use Venti to get my charges, or elemental particles for Xiao. It is ult faster. So now that he has the mark on him, I can be very comfortable with attacking with him. I totally forgot I should bring a shield, but so yeah, I'm going to be needing to switch to Venti so I can charge up my ult. Damage isn't spectacular without it. And then I'm gonna do it without the because Xiao was going to die, so I couldn't risk it. I'm not in the perfect setting, but by himself it's pretty hard to sustain him and keep dishing out damage. So he's very stat hungry character compared to like Ganyu. Like Ganyu could do well by herself, but this guy needs a lot of attention, a lot of heals, shields. Currently don't have Zhongli, but I could use someone like Albedo or Noel's shield to help him survive easier. But anyways, just wanted to show you how much he needs. He needs an Anemo battery, a healer, or shield, either or, just to let me feel comfortable using him on the field. So that's one of the bad things I don't really like about him. But what I enjoy about him the most is that he is probably the quickest and most smoothest character I've played during my time of playing Genshin Impact. I'll do this one. This one would be too much damage increase. And he just zips around very easily. Definitely one of the more fun classes, or one of the more fun units to play. Yeah, his jumping does get a little old from time to time, but it is pretty satisfying to plunge into people, and dashing around with E. Probably one of my favorite parts. As you can see, I don't have energy recharge sands, so attack percent sands is good enough as long as you're hitting multiple enemies. Against bosses, he will have some problems generating the animo or his elemental burst. I know he has a few techs that people like to do, like the plunge into auto attack or charge into an auto attack plunge, but I won't be going over it in this video. So weapons I would recommend on Xiao. Out of the 3 stars, I would probably recommend the white tassel or the halberds, but if you can, try to get the prototype glitter. If you don't have anything pulled, I wouldn't recommend the crescent pike because the crescent pike only buffs the physical damage, and most of the time most of his damage is going to be coming from the anemo damage off of his ult and his E. The Black Cliff pole, if you're able to get it off the shop, is pretty good on him because the crit damage, you can get more crit damage from the main stat and then focus on getting a crit rate circlet or better substats for more damage. Dragon's Bane, obviously not because he doesn't do any pyro damage. Deathmatch is currently the one I use on him, and I think it's great. It's one of the higher crit rate weapons, help you get those stats easier so you can build more into crit damage, is what I did. Vonian's Lance, you don't want the energy recharge on him. I would try to make him more of a main DPS. The Royal Spear is good on him, but I don't like the effect that it has by it removing the crit hit when you get a crit. So I would not recommend that one. This one is also a physical damage spear, so I would not recommend this. Lithic Spear has not yet came out, but this is a top contender, even keeping up with some 5-star weapons when you have 4 leeway units in your team. Primordial Jade Staff is the best weapon. I don't have it, unfortunately, since it covers crit rate and gives you extra damage the longer that you use, and this is perfect for him. Skyward Spine has an energy recharge as the main stat, so I don't really recommend this, but if you do have this, I would use this over the Deathmatch just for more attack, easier stats to scale off of. Vortex Vanquisher is better for people that have shields such as Zhongli, so I wouldn't even recommend it on him because he doesn't have any shields. And then the Savahoma is not out yet, but he doesn't need the HP increase, and you would not really want him on below 50%, and if you do, he's going to be dying pretty quickly, as you've seen earlier during the fight. As for the artifacts, I again recommend the Gladiators for the attack percent, and the Viridescent with the Animo, so it boosts your E and your Q damage. Wander's Troop wouldn't do it just because the Elemental Mastery from the Swirl, it only procs from when he ults. He does swirl in the plunge, but it's not that big of a difference compared to a straight up 15% increase or an 18% increase. If you have a shield team, then I would recommend Retracing Bolide. Put this on him, but the thing is, he's going to be wrecking through that shield pretty quickly. But you can give it a try if you have a very thick shield. I wouldn't really recommend any other builds. I'm a pretty average player, so I think these two are the easiest to recommend, especially for people that would want to build them quick and easy. These two are very besides the Gladiator, are pretty easy to get. Farm the Viridescent, get the Animo, easy increase in your damage. And then for constellations, I honestly don't think you'll need it, but if you're wondering which constellations are worth it, I would recommend either going C1 or going broke for C6. C1 is where you get the extra charge, which is pretty good, and then C6 is when you keep hitting at least 2 opponents, his E will come back up, ignoring this cooldown, which lets him keep dashing across all enemies. But honestly, he doesn't really need any of the constellations. C2, as you can see, and then another Anemo unit will be fine. You don't really need the energy recharge, but it will help. This will increase your E, of course. His defense, he gets a defense bonus, but this doesn't really help him do more damage. He doesn't scale off defense. And then for C5, his ult will obviously do more damage. And yeah, let's do some more, show you guys some more gameplay. He doesn't really provide that much utility for the group, but if you do enjoy his playstyle, then I would recommend him. But if not, there are other units that you can use. You don't need Xiao. I think he's good, but he's not broken. Hope you guys enjoyed my thoughts on Xiao. Hopefully this helps you decide if you want to pull for him or not. If you guys have any questions, I stream almost every day on Twitch, as long as my internet is not going bad, at just the 3. My link will be in the description below. And hope you guys have a good day. I'll see you guys in the next video.